Thank you for joining another ICC Networking product overview and introduction. We're focused today on the icXchange ICX Enterprise Access Point, the ICX400 Series, which is an 11AC enterprise controller-based access point. The ICX400 series is made up of two series access points, the ICX400 GAP, which is a 2x2 MIMO, and the ICX420 GAP, which is a 3x3 MIMO that also features advanced feature sets, content security, routing, delivery based on additional levels of efficiency derived in the overall icXchange ecosystem, delivering over 1.3 gigabits of 11A, 11AC performance. Both of these access points are the ideal access points for any level of enterprise, whether or not they're looking at high density, high security, and high performance. Both access points are actually physically the same size. Obviously, they are dual mode and dual band. They have two RJ45 ports that are gigabit level ports, and we'll see that shortly. Also, they both contain a console port as well as a USB 2.0 port. These very light devices are less than 2 pounds and contain 2.4 and 5 gigahertz antennas. The 2.4 gigahertz antennas are at 4 dBi and the 5 gigahertz antennas are at 5 dBi. With the ability to stand in multiple modes, these can be put into standalone modes for single access point deployment in what we call FAT mode or management mode, and then managed separately with based on SNMP. They are also linked to all of ICC controllers. The Link 1000, which is a small controller that initially has licenses for 16 access points and can support a total of 128 of these access points, and the bigger Link 2000 series controllers that start off with 32 AP licenses and can control up to 256 of these access points. From a positioning perspective, looking at all three areas, the end user, content, and the application side of things. Under the end user side of capabilities, not only are these access points very cost effective with enterprise features and cloud monetization. From a content delivery standpoint, you're able to use these in multiple environments, as well as built for content delivery with a variety of feature sets and advanced IP management. From an application perspective, there's a whole host of bandwidth control, RF controls, content control, device controls as well that ensure delivery of a variety of types of applications, whether or not it's video, voice, as well as customization capabilities to design networks based on your client needs. From a general overview, product overview, while on one hand the product supports a variety of types of feature sets and capabilities to ensure support for streaming media or IP forwarding and routing, as well as priority mapping, client isolation, terminal identification, RF management as well, and a variety of content control capabilities from quality of service, type of service, class of service. The physical devices themselves already have support for multiple connected devices, such as a USB port, Kensington lock, support for DC power input, which is not included in the originally shipped unit. Also supports the RJ45 console port and 2 gigabit high performance Ethernet ports. The specifications for the ICX400 series is quite extensive, as you can see, with a small physical footprint. These fit into almost any environment, whether it's in hospitality, whether it's in a full-blown enterprise ecosystem, where they have to be demonstrate performance without physically being seen. It also support both 802.3 AF as well as 802.3 AT from a power over Ethernet perspective. Very, very small footprint from a maximum power consumption at only less than 13 watts. You have a variety of transmit power, power adjustment granularity, as well as the maximum power consumption and RF port that you're able to then use for a variety of capabilities. in an actual network design environment, as we have here, where you see the Link 2000 large controller supporting a variety of types of access points, the ICX400 and the ICX420 both support the highest end capabilities for your customer, with the ability to support end-to-end quality of service from the access point all the way back into the controller system. Clients can definitely support everything from traffic policying, flow classification, client policy, full queuing control, as well as content management from a variety of sources, be those sources voice, video, data, as well as even the content control that's needed to ensure delivery. The whole system also supports a variety of security measures over the wireless, such as 11 different ways of executing wireless controls. The other advanced features that are focused on with the ICX400 and the ICX420 is also the S-flow monitoring, rate limiting, bandwidth management, band steering, as well as load balancing to ensure that the network is physically stable. Layer 3 routing and content management also ensure that content is delivered efficiently in an efficient manner. Localized and distributed or centralized IP forwarding ensure the ability for our partners to deploy a flexible and ever-changing network ecosystem so that the customer is able to match the customer client environment based on their actual physical needs. And then content identification and policy controls ensure delivery of that content to and fro the client environment. One of the exceptional capabilities of the system also allows for the ICX400s to be set up in a variety of different architectures, with the changing architecture from cloud, on-site to off-site, hosted, hybrid, and a variety of the different cloud types environment. The ICX400 series can be set up as a standalone access point, as you see on the far left. Can be established with the controller on-site to provide client-based capabilities, as well as the capability to also connect back into a cloud for data analytics like the ICX Cloud, or even set up in an environment where you're also doing device management with the ICX Cloud, as well as the ICX Manager. And then in an enterprise environment behind a hybrid cloud environment where you're able to then have the physical device sitting on or off site separate from the physical controller itself, but yet still be managed over a NAT environment through a secure tunnel to the physical location. Expanding upon the feature sets that can be supported from an enterprise perspective, but yet still be cost effective for the SMB world. You have the multiple authentication methods to ensure that the right users get on the network, multiple types of authentication methods to ensure security, whether or not that includes MAC filtering, AAA authentication, Radius client, the ability to also ensure security from multiple SSIDs and how those SSIDs are set up. Wireless intrusion detection that can be done in 11 different methods based on the service provider methodology and policies of the client. ACLs, but both layer 2 and layer 3 with layer 2 isolation. Load balancing, RF management, and then general management that gives a flexibility to then control that ecosystem. In ongoing deployment for the ICX400 series, you also have the ability then to merge into whether or not the client or the service provider is using multiple types of capabilities to then manage that environment, whether or not they're using the web user interface, they're using the command line interface, or a third-party NMS where the requirement for SNMP and enterprise MIBs are used, or the ICC ICX Cloud or ICX Manager cloud management interface as well. Clearly, the benefits in these environments is to be able to manage across multiple networks, automated provisioning and integration, integrated RF management, and then standards-based solution, which then complements all of the back-end integration with the customer. And as we see here, how you actually impact the real world with a variety of types of customers being able to deliver a different type of service and different type of deployment and architecture to those individual clients as well, where the single point of control may very well be a NOC or the service provider ecosystem, deploying to different types of facilities where clients may have the secondary controllers on site, may have multiple locations where they're giving guest access to single access point devices at multiple locations, whether or not those be third-party vendors or customer environments like a retail environment. You're able to then ensure the level of flexibility from a central, remote, hosted, local location perspective, while at the same time offering services to then manage all of those environments, and ensuring that there is geographic redundancy in the whole system and scalability over a greater length of time. So the ICX400 series is part of the larger ICC Networking complete solution, where you have the unified access device or standalone all wireless ecosystems for small, medium businesses, MDU environments, and retail. The access control control environment with the controller-based product solution, the Link series that works with the ICX400 series access points that fit into any ecosystem because of its flexibility. The wireless WAN environments with the Raptor X for larger WAN kinds of environments, and then the variety of cloud applications that can actually be used to do data analytics, guest access, ad engine, monetization, and monitoring. So the evolution of business when using the ICX400 series ensures that an ICC deployed ecosystem ensures that we help drive costs down by reduction in initial infrastructure cost, even though there is a high amount of feature sets, able to ensure that there's faster and better performance of that ecosystem for policy controls and content and the device user applications, lower fees from a licensing perspective. As we mentioned, all of the controller systems start off with a higher number of access point licenses and include all of the features such as wireless intrusion detection, the security features, and other features in the solution without having the customer having to constantly upgrade their network environment, and then ensuring that service providers are able to then have ongoing services on an ongoing basis and at near a 100% margin. So that brings us to the end of our overview. We here at ICC Networking and want to ensure that you have a complete solution from the wireless LAN through the wireless WAN ecosystem that can actually grow over a longer period of time with the customer and yourselves. Having the right technology as not just simply an early adopter, but also that technology provides better total cost of ownership, as well as having value that can grow long-term revenue, application support, and all of that ensures customer loyalty. Feel free to go to our website for more detailed specifications at www.iccnetworking.com. Call us at 951-934-0531 or send us an email at sales@intcomcorp.com. Thank you